Well, if you know of somebody who's a Wranglers fan that's wanting to tune on in via the YouTube live stream, it is available here now. Obviously, I had to wait to get that one going a little bit. And this one falling into the corner. Rusega looking to send it back down behind the net of Rempel. And Rusega cutting this one out, pilfers it away. Well, they got to be careful, almost going offsides in the process. Hagerty was inside the zone there. Rempel looking to reset. Rusega trying to steal it away, looking for a good shot. As Rempel able to keep the danger away from the Lone Star net, ensuring that they protect this 1-0 lead that they have early on here tonight live from the Budweiser bullpen. Well, we talked about, we'll check on, there's a secondary assist of that goal scored by number 77, Jackson Vates, as we're pulling that up. Ogle, keep it in the zone, takes a hard hit there from Vates. And a bouncing puck, having to get settled down, but now the Brahmas is into the zone. Well, Scanlon able to kickstart something for the Brahmas. He's back with it, down low in the corner, trying to get this puck back on his stick. Sue tossing it into the corner. Scanlon with it behind net with options. Is it turned aside now? Miller between the neutral zone and looking for a shot from distance. The Wranglers sending this one onto the opposite wings of the Lone Star zone, but Lone Star back at it again. Tyson Scanlon ripping a shot from distance, allowing this Brahma side to get a change. They're able to keep it in the zone. Well, they're going to look to complete that change fully here now. Bollinger trying to get on up and out of the zone. Wranglers tossing it on to Rempel as he hangs on to it. Well, this one is getting physical quickly here. Well, it's just going to be Dylan McFadden with the lone assist. No secondary assists for Jackson Vate's goal to open the account for the Brahmas here. Well, Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfong has to be happy with how his side has started this one here tonight. The South Division leaders, they are looking to just continuously put distance between themselves and everyone else in this division. Taking a look at the standings here before we get this face-off inside of the Brahmas zone. It will be Bollinger for the Wranglers on this one with Sable across from him. Poe trying to stay with it. Well, Brahmas currently sitting on 50 points so far this season with only 33 games played. Next closest is the Ice Wolves with 41, but they've got 35 games played, so if the Brahmas keep up this pace, it's going to be a very tall task to try and catch up to them for anyone. But after you kind of get out of those top two spots in the South Division, it's really anybody's race. Top six make playoffs this season, despite the Colorado Grit not being a part of the South Division. Puck behind net, scooped on up by Alexander. And Teseke feeding on up as Geller tossing out of the boards before going for a change. Ogle picks out a pass as Evsenev looking for a shot. This one blocked. Alexander getting a piece of it. We got a loose bucket. So that one was spinning out for quite some time. Icing waved away. Brahmas looking to complete that change. Dolan. Oh, Gerard having to get involved. Wranglers looking for a way out of their own zone here yet again. Lofted high up into the air. Dolan unable to get through the traffic. Brahmas into the zone, staying and with it, despite a couple sticks in from this Wranglers side. Now a shot from Oliver. And a reload attempt for the Brahmas dealt with by Charles-Antoine Girard. We're going to get immediate timeout here now. Welcome on back from the immediate timeout. As Brahma's head coach Dan Wildfong taking a couple extra seconds as he's looking to draw something up on his clipboard. 9:25 remaining in the first period. 8 shots so far for the Brahmas, 3 for the Wranglers. For the Brahmas fans tuning in, we got a Brahmas fan who hails from Canada, Ryan Browley, in attendance here. He's on his way back to Canada, and he wanted to catch his Lone Star Brahmas side one more time in action. O'Keefe looking for a puck down low. Now Haggerty from distance testing Rempel. Rempel gonna hang on Rusega in a shoving contest here with Oliver. Face off inside of the Brahmas zone now. Well, with the Wranglers donning the Arena Clowns sweaters here, it is the whites that usually you see at home for the Lone Star Brahmas. And Miller looking for a quick shot on the face-off win, looking for another opportunity. Clock scooped up by Rempel. He's looking to hang on to this one, not give any kind of daylight to Ian Biors. Oli Bollinger on the draw with Scanlon across from him. Wranglers looking for a man down low. Rempel kicking this one into the corner on his pads. Wranglers staying proactive behind net. Lupo looking for a feed. It's cut out. Brahmas still need to get out of their own zone. A battle for this one. Sioux looking to get involved in the scrum. Suklis and Sioux in a battle for positioning on the scrum. Suklis to it. Scanlon and Sioux working together to prevent Suklis with any kind of room to get back to this puck as the Brahmas bring it up into the zone. Vates had it for a second, toss back down ice. Haggerty to the loose puck in the corner. Just too many Brahmas in the way for him to really do anything. Dom Foose looking for options. This one lofted up into the zone. Scanlon looking to pressure. Sable trying to keep it in the zone, but it's going to go up and out of play into the Wranglers bench here now with 8:02 left in the first period. Wranglers with 6 shots on net and still just 8, like it was a moment ago for the Lone Star Brahmas. Face-off controlled by the Brahmas. Ventasinke looking for options, feeding it down low. Azadi cutting it out. As the Wranglers are able to send this one up into the zone of the Brahmas along for a change. But now it's Geller with options. Poe cutting it out. Azadi feeding it on over to Rusega. Now Poe from distance looking for a shot. Punched away by Rempel. Rusega pinned up onto the boards here. Alexander tying him up. Dolan looking to get involved. Loose puck scooped up by Sable as he picks out Geller. This one tossed back in to the zone. Alexander and Rusega battling for that one. Alexander coming away with it. Rempel handing it on off as Ventasinke trying to send it up out of the zone. Now Petrov with it. Looking for options, turns and shoots. This one falling into the corner. Puck lofted up high. It's going to stay in play, and icing waved away at that. O'Rourke just waiting behind the net of Girard, looking for an option. And a beautiful pass, Wranglers into the zone. As Gentler feeding it down low. A little bit of a scrum here, O'Rourke to it. Gentler looking for a shot and saved by Rempel. Puck's going to go up and out of play in the process as well. We're tied up in terms of shots on goal at 8 apiece now between the Wranglers and the Brahmas. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at some scores around the league. While we get this face-off situated and underway inside of the Brahmas zone. All in other South Division action, Shreveport Mudbugs and Corpus Christi Ice Rays tied up at 1 apiece. Face-off controlled by the Wranglers, looking for a shot there, but it's denied by Oliver. As Oliver looking for some support. Miller pilfered away for a second. Puck down low into the corner. Murray with options. Dom Foose wrapping it around behind the net of Girard. Brahmas looking for a shot here now. Tavares not fully able to test the Wranglers netminder Girard, and a great block there from Suklis. And Miller feeding the puck into the zone. Wranglers going for defensive change. Cruz Smith out onto the ice. Puck around the boards, out of reach for Girard. Lupo. And Vates in a battle for this puck in the corner. Well, and Poe taking Vates down. Fans loving that one. Now a shot from a tough angle by McFadden, kept out. Sue hands it off to Scanlon. Toss behind the net. Oh, and Girard is asking for a whistle here, and he will get it. His net going in the process. And we got a fight! Here we go! Alexander has got his bucket wrapped up. Oh, the buckets go flying. Well, and Jake Fortin going to get escorted as he's going to get a 10-minute penalty for sure. We'll have to see if they give him a 5 and a 2 as well. Well, Fortin had a great start to that fight. Alexander able to take him down to the ice at the end there. Well, I'm sure both sets of fans will tell you that their man won that one. We're going to get offsetting penalties here, but it's really about the time they're going to assess to these penalties that is vital. You could be getting a 10 and a 5. You also could be getting a 10 and a 2. There's also the reality they could give you a double minor if they so please. So we're going to have to wait to see what they answer on in. Well, the two alternate captains having a conversation with head official Williams here. Van de Sinke and Risega. Well, it looks like there's a potential injury for the Lone Star Brahmas. Number 8, Ryan Coots, heading off the ice. As Wranglers team medical Lisa Johnson going to have to take a look at Coots here. Obviously, you never want to see anyone getting injured. It'll be Azadi and Sable on the faceoff inside the neutral zone, as we are going to stay 5-on-5 here with the offsetting penalties. So it will be a 10 and a 5 that they will assess to Eric Alexander and Jake Fortin. Now a shot from distance held on to Nazardine with the shot from range. Well, we got Geller down inside the face-off circle. Well, Geller seems to be a little bit of a pain. It'll be Capano on the face-off here with Azadi across from him. Capano has it stolen away. Hedquist looking for Risega. Icing waved away. Dom Foose first to the puck. Risega looking to get proactive on the forecheck. Wranglers trying to keep this puck in the zone, but it's Sue. And the Brahmas into the zone as Tarasenko finds Risega on the wings. Picks out Haggerty, wraps it around the boards. On over. Azadi fakes it, leaves it off for Risega. As O'Rourke looking for a shot. This one cut out by Dom Foose. Dom Foose shoveling it on up. And now turned aside as Risega's back with it. 3:50 left in the first period here. Well, looks like there was a potential too many men on the ice call that was about to be made on the Wranglers here. Dolan. And great little give and go here for the Wranglers. Esnev, as this one bounces out of reach before he can find a quality shot in the process. While the Wranglers stand productive offensively, not letting the early 1-0 deficit that happened less than 3 minutes into the first period affect them too much. And is going to be the most important thing for this side here tonight. You cannot let the offensive firepower of the Lone Star Brahmas get in the back of your head. Brahmas with 117 goals for and just 71 against, boasting one of the best goal differentials in the entire league, not just in the division, with 46. Oliver finding Vates. Vates sending it down low as Esnev sending it on over to Poe in the opposite corner. Poe back with it. Looking to go quickly. Dolan. And the Wranglers into the zone here now. Dolan has it stolen away. Puck scooped up as Gerard leaves this one off for Ogle. Scanlon back with it for the Brahmas. Vates holding off this puck here is Hayden Hedquist trying to get involved. Vates breaking free, staying with it, hands it off to Sable as he shimmies his way down low into the corner. Nazardine looking to help out in the process as well, but he does not want to overcommit on the scrum. Bollinger out of reach for Lupo, and icing is going to get called here. Well, Lupo thought he got a piece of the puck in the process, but that one through the legs and all the way up into the zone of the Brahmas. Be the 2-10s. Bollinger, Ventusinke on the draw. Ventusinke winning this one. And Sable was looking for a shot. So he was taken out of the ice a little bit. He wanted a call, not enough to draw a whistle, but we'll get a whistle here now for icing against the Wranglers with 2:09 remaining in the first period. Capano and Bollinger on the draw. Well, we're going to get a whistle. Bollinger going to get tossed from the face-off circle here now. Well, they're going to allow him to stay. Edquist banking it off the glass, puck all the way down ice. Icing waved away. Sukulis looking to pressure. Sue looking for a quick feed on up to Capano. Miller cutting this one out. Oliver feeling pressure from Miller. And Miller takes him down, and we're going to get a whistle here. A check from behind called on Jacob Miller. Well, they're going to get him for cross-checking. Instead, I mean, one of those ones where you can really call whatever penalty you want between the two. Wranglers on the penalty kill, 1:43 remaining in the first period. The last thing this Wranglers side wants to do is give up the second goal in the period. Isaacson wraps it around the boards. Fell off the side of Gerard's net. Everyone kind of lost it. Now O'Rourke tossing it down ice. Azadi to it. They had no idea where he was. Looking for a wraparound, fakes it. Now he will go for the shot. It's held on by Rempel. Well, some more penalty kill trick plays coming out from head coach Michael Hill and assistant coach Lucas Stern here. So we'll get a face-off inside of the Brahma zone now. Bolger on the draw. Bolger getting a piece of it. And it's going to be Murray and the Brahmas staying with it, but it's stolen away. Bolger had it for a second. So he's looking to pressure. But he's going to lay off the pressure here now with 57 seconds left in the first period. Oliver. Brahmas into the zone, down low, shot up, big save by Gerard Murray. Had a great look. Dom Foose having to reset. Wranglers gone for a change. They got to be quick about it. Dom Foose has his pass cut out. Dom Foose finding McFadden. Now Murray down low, tied up. Murray back on over to McFadden. 14 seconds left in the first period. Dom Foose. And Rusega looking to cut it out. Takes his man down in the process. Fans loving the tenacity from Daniel Rusega. Time is going to expire on the first period here now live from the Budweiser Bullpen Amarillo Civic Center as the Lone Star Brahmas take a 1-0 lead into the first intermission. Well, again, that goal scored by Jackson Vates, assisted by Dylan McFadden. And when we come back to the second period, 12 seconds remaining on Jacob Miller's cross-checking penalty. 11 shots on net so far for the Brahmas and 10 for the Wranglers here tonight. Well, we're going to take a quick break before we come back for the intermission recap and take a look at scores around the league. Thank you for joining us so far. And again, apologies for the technical issues we had with the camera here to start out. But we're all good to go from here on out. So let's just enjoy some great South-Division hockey between two Lone Star State teams. As Brahmas looking to extend their lead upon the top of the summit in the South. Meanwhile, the Wranglers looking to make some headway and try and crack a playoff spot by the end of the season. Welcome on back, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the second period live from the Budweiser Bullpen Amarillo Civic Center. Hope you are all having a great Friday night, as it is the first home game for the Wranglers in the new calendar year. Wranglers were able to kick off the new year in style on the road in Corpus last week, but unfortunately falling in both Friday and Saturday's games, as they are looking to change their fortunes in the new year and get their first win of the calendar year here tonight. But they've got a tall task ahead of them. I was talking to a couple fans briefly during the intermission, and they said, no, we really only gave up one bad look all first period defensively, and said outside of that, we can't complain. I mean, the boys really tightened up, and it could have been a situation where you let that goal in and you just have the floodgates open, and then with a side like Lone Star, if you let that happen, it could be a 4-0 lead after one. Well, excuse me. Got a little bit of a allergy fit going on. Apologies about that. It is one of those days. It's a cold day in Amarillo, Texas. Oh, excuse me, apologies. Yeah, I mean, it is a cold day. Went out for a walk earlier, and I didn't even realize how cold it was. I mean, I'm from the Midwest originally, so this isn't really cold, but when you're kind of living outside of the Midwest for the first time in your life, you don't get really used to living in the cold weather, and so those cold days do hit you a little bit differently than what you're used to. Well, scores around the league, let's take a look at those here really quickly. Johnstown Tomahawks with a 6-5 win in overtime over the Danbury Hat-Tricks. New Hampshire Mountain Kings up 2-0 over the Elmira Aviators. The Philadelphia Rebels up 4-1 over the Northeast Generals after two periods of play. The Rochester Junior Americans are up 5-1 over the Titans of the North American Hockey League, the Maryland Black Bears, who really haven't lost a whole lot of games this season. The Black Bears currently only with 3 regulation losses, 1 overtime loss, and 1 shootout loss. They've got 59 points so far this season, as they have the lead overall top to bottom if you combine all the divisions. So a surprising scoreline after 2. Maine Nordiques up 2-1 over the New Jersey Titans. Second period's about to end. Halfway through at the second period between the Watertown Shamrocks and Austin Bruins, it is the Shamrocks up 1-0. Minnesota Wilderness with a 3-1 lead with 9:26 left in the second period over the Chippewa Steel. Bismarck Bobcats with a routine 2-0 lead with 15:10 left in the second period over the St. Cloud Norsemen. Bobcats last season's Robertson Cup champions, as they're looking to head back there. They want to reclaim that cup for themselves, but the way the Brahmas have been playing, I think there's been a little bit of sour taste in their mouth after coming so close to another Robertson Cup. I mean, they have started and kept a heater of a season going so far. Coach Dan Wildfung, a very experienced coach, along with Garrett Roth, the head coach of the Bismarck Bobcats. So both those two could be destined to meet again in the Robertson Cup finals. Mudbugs currently locked in at 1 apiece with the Iceries, 12:27 left in the second period. North Iowa Bulls tied up after 1 with Aberdeen Wings at 1 apiece. The Jackalopes and the Ice Wolves tied up at 1 apiece. 10 seconds left in the first period there. Minot Minotaurs up 3-0 over the Minnesota Mallards with 1:44 left in the first period, as it is zeros across the board for the Junior Blues and the Wendigo after 1. And it is also zeros across the board as the Oklahoma Warriors and El Paso Rhinos just recently kicked off less than 4 minutes ago. And then the 2 games yet to start are both being played in Alaska, hence the later start times of 7:30 p.m. Alaska time. Fairbanks Ice Dogs hosting the Janesville Jets, and the Kenai River Brown Bears hosting the Anchorage Wolverines. Well, taking a look at the playoff picture in each division right now, currently in the top 4 in the Central Division, Austin Bruins with a 2-point lead over the Bismarck Bobcats. Bobcats occupying that second spot Aberdeen Wings and the Watertown Shamrocks right behind the Bobcats, as North Iowa and Minot are looking to make a push for a playoff spot as well. East Division, that one is going to come down to the wire, but it's really mainly just the Maryland Black Bears up and running away with that division so far. 59 points for them, only 43 for the Maine Nordiques. I mean, we say 43 of that. That's not a good point total. I mean, it is, but when you've got a side with 59 points ahead of you, it's not that easy. The Minnesota Wilderness are currently leading, but they've got the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, Springfield Junior Blues, and Wisconsin Windigo on their heels. And in the South Division, it is 6 teams making it currently. That 6th spot occupied by the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. 5th is getting occupied by the Oklahoma Warriors. The Shreveport Mudbugs currently in 4th. The El Paso Rhinos in 3rd. The New Mexico Ice Wolves in 2nd. And the Lone Star Brahmas currently in 1st place in the South Division. Well, the Brahmas currently in their last 10, 7-2-0-1. The Wranglers are a split 5-5. The Wranglers coming on off of a tough away series down in Corpus, looking to kind of rejuvenate their season halfway through the North American Hockey League season, as they are currently sitting in 8th place, as they're going to need to make a push for playoffs. They're going to need to get some wins at home, especially against a side like the Brahmas. We're back underway here. Face-off won by Sable. It's now Oliver. Finds Geller at the blue line. Feeding it down low is Oliver. Looking to occupy O'Rourke. O'Rourke with it. He's got some pressure as Smith tries to help out O'Rourke. Wranglers back on full strength. Miller had 12 seconds left of his penalty to kill. As this one scooped up with ease by Charles-Antoine Girard. It's going to be a change for both of these sides. Face-off controlled by the Brahmas. Tossed back and a shot from distance by Nazardine. Scooped on up by Girard. Got a face-off yet again inside the Wranglers zone here. Capano with Esnev across from him. Capano winning this one. As Nazardine wrapping it around the boards here. Kept in. Bodies hitting the deck. Capano tossing it back behind the net. And a pass on back out of reach. Brahmas having to reset from their own zone. Dom Foose scooping it up as he looks for options. Wranglers cutting this one out, keeping it in the zone. Sent down low. Now it's turned aside. Brahmas with small numbers advantage for his second. And now a shot sent high there from Nazardine. As Nazardine, he's back with it. From the faceoff circle, shot, a big save by Girard. That one acquiring Girard's attention. Otherwise, it could have gone over his head and in the back of the net. Girard unable to get this one on his mitts. A great block there. As we're going to get a whistle here now. As Girard's net is off its moorings. Only got that one fixed up really quickly here as we'll venture on forward with a face-off inside the Wranglers zone. It'll be Murray And Azadi on the face-off here inside the Wrangler zone. Murray winning this one. Buck Raptor on the board. Sioux. And the Brahmas able to keep this one in the Wrangler zone, but now they've got to reset up shop. Tavares into the zone, taken down just a little bit. We're going to get a whistle here as it looks like Cruz Smith is going to go to the box. Wranglers unable to get any momentum going as they are going to have to go on the penalty kill yet again. Well, interference, the call on Cruz Smith, as all he can do is watch onward and hope his side is able to kill another penalty off. Murray and Azadi on the draw here. Murray winning this one. Oliver on over. And a block shot there as Hedquist getting a piece of this puck. Scanlon feeding it on back. Now Oliver with it. Tom Foose getting it down low as McFadden looking for options. O'Rourke getting involved, looking to create a disruption. Well, Wranglers are indeed able to disrupt the flow of this power play here for the Brahmas. But it's kept in by Oliver. Now McFadden looking for a shot, kept out by Gerard. And Resega scooping it up. And he's got to just give this one on back over. And bodies continue to hit the deck. Resega taking one with him. Oliver. Isaacson now running out of real estate. Puck tossed down ice by Hedquist. 52 seconds now remaining of a power play for the Brahmas. They're into the zone. Sending this one into the corner. Now Capano stealing it away, but Tarasenko there to loose puck. Wranglers looking to get physical here now. Now it's stolen away. Lupo with just the goal here to make shot. Oh, and he's denied. A great look for Mason Lupo. And now he is wrapped up. Mason Lupo is saying that he does not want any. Well, it's Bollinger that's going to get wrapped up, interestingly enough. I think they might have got confused on who they wanted to go after potentially. Well, Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfong wanting to make a quick change here. Oliver back out onto the ice for the Brahmas. 31 seconds remaining of a power play for the Brahmas. Well, there still seems to be confusion here as who should be on the ice. Isaacson is going to head back out there. Well, Dan Wildfong is not happy that his side was not ready for this face-off in a timely manner. I don't blame him. You kind of kill any little bit of rhythm and flow you've got going potentially, but after that shorthanded opportunity for the Wranglers, wasn't all that much that they've had built up so far, but they've still got 10 seconds remaining of a power play as Nazardine scoops it up from Rempel. Last-ditch effort here on the man advantage for the Brahmas, but now Smith out of the box as Bior's out onto the ice. One. Well, Ventasinke, he's got daylight, and he looks for a shot. It's just wide from Ventasinke. Wranglers had to get back quickly. They were able to, but still, Ventasinke getting a shot off in the process. And icing going to get called here now on the Wranglers with 15:55 left in the second period. Got a face off inside the Wrangler zone here following that icing call. So it will be Murray on the draw with, well, we're going to have to see if they toss somebody. They won't, so it will be Jetler across from Murray. Jetler winning this one. Banks it onto the boards. Up to Biors. It's a 2-on-2. Biors feeds it into the corner. Wranglers looking to get that change. Icing waved away. Brahms able to beat this one out. Hedquist tying his man up. Bollinger to loose puck. It's a free on free. Puck tossed into the corner by Tsoukalis. Bjors with a nice reverse check there. Now Murray into the zone. Through the wings. And this one all the way down ice. Bjors looking to get in a foot race here. Icing waved away. Sue first to it now is Bollinger with a big hit there. The fans loving this one. We talked about it. Wranglers looking to get physical here. And now Brahms down low looking for a shot. This one stolen away by Smith. Now a shot from distance just wide, but marked by Sable. Sable back with it. Down low, saved by Girard. Oh, and it's still kept up by Girard. Vincent Geller had a great look, but Charles-Antoine Girard remaining stout in his crease. We got another face-off inside of the Wranglers zone here. Majority of them have been inside of this Wranglers zone. Something that the Wranglers hopefully are able to have a conversation about. You don't want to take too many defensive draws. Always run the risk of a quick face-off win, goal going in the back of your net. 14:29 remaining in the second period. Brahmas still hanging on a 1-0 lead. They've got 15 shots on goal. Wranglers with 11. Well, looks like we got someone requiring medical treatment again on the Brahmas bench. Like it is going to be 89. Nathan Murray being checked out by Wranglers team medical staff, Lisa Johnson. Well, talked about it. Wranglers are getting physical. They're looking to use the physicality to get some life back into this game and tie it on up. It's now Haggerty looking for a shot. This one just wide. Now down low, and this one falling through the slot and sent down low by Tarasenko, dealt with by the Brahmas. Rusega looking to pressure. Haggerty looking to get involved on the forecheck as well. Wranglers having a reset. Puck falls into the zone. Now Capano into the zone. And a pass cut out by O'Rourke. Now great cross-ice feed to Rusega as he's into the zone. Has it deflect off of Isaacson. Azadi down low, finding Bjors. Shakes his man. As he was looking for Rusega. We got a scrum right behind the net of Rempel. Now down low, shot Gentler. And this one kicked away by the pads of Rempel. Chipped into the zone as Vates first to it. Smith tying him up onto the boards. And now it's Bjors with it. Back to Gentler. Wranglers looking for something here. Gentler with some great footwork and stick handling, but ultimately running out of real estate down low. It's Miller sends it around the boards. Gentler looking to lay a hit. So it's gloved up and tossed back into the corner of the Brahmas zone. Dolan looking to pressure, same with Miller. Dolan back with it. On over to Estenev, looks for a shot off the top bar and out. A great look there for Kirill Estenev. I would talk about puck luck sometimes not being there for the Wranglers. Yet again, one of those situations. Puck up and out of play as well. Face off inside of the Brahmas zone here with 12:36 left in the second period. Hasenov winning the face-off. Wranglers want to get something from this one. Well, Rempel was still having to recover, but he's getting some help here now from Sioux defensively. I got another puck up and out of play. The face-off inside the Wranglers zone here now. Take a quick look at some scores around the league, specifically in the South Division here, while we wait for this face-off inside the Wranglers zone. Mudbugs and Ice Rays still locked in at 1 apiece with 1:24 left in the second period. Domfus looking for options. Feeding it down low into the corner. As O'Rourke to it. Suklis trying to stay with it. Puck tossed down low, body's tied up. As now Bullinger feeds it to Lupo. Lupo through the wings, has options, sends it back onto the boards behind the net of Rempel. Lupo with a big hit, and he's gonna go to the box for sure. And you could hear that from Timbuktu. Scanlon, down low. Well, Rempel is gonna start to go. Oliver. And puck finally touched by Tayazati. Might have a dust up here. Oh, looks like they're trying to hide Mason Lupo on the bench almost. As he looks confused. I'm not really sure who they're putting in the box here. Oh, looks like Lupo just getting some medical treatment first. Wranglers having to go on the penalty kill yet again. Of course, boarding the call there on Mason Lupo. Bodies hitting the deck in the face-off circle there. Wranglers back on the penalty kill. Puck up and out of play as it went all the way up into the catwalk here at the bullpen. Poe try to send this one out of the zone. Ramos feeding it down low. Now pass cut out, and Poe leveling his man. Looks like he might have potentially got him in the mouth as well. Isaacson on back to Lexel. Lexel leaving it on off for Nazardine. Nazardine back with it at the blue line. Isaacson top of the face-off circle. Fed on over to Lexel. Well, I got some bodies tied up down low in front of Gerard's net. A shot sent wide there from Isaacson. Brahmas with 1:10 remaining of a power play. They're looking to restructure. Oh, and almost poked away and down the ice. Wranglers with decent opportunity to potentially make it a shorthanded look. Daniel Rosega, usually the main creator of those. And this one bouncing straight up into Gerard's trapper. And the Wranglers looking to get into a shoving contest here. Well, and Vade's going to head out onto the ice. Well, the Brahmas currently have not been able to find a single power play goal tonight, which for a side with the amount of goals they've scored this season, The defensive structure of the Wranglers has been just frustrating them. Dan Wildfong looking to just shake it up with his unit of 5 out here now. See if he can break down this penalty kill of the Wranglers. Ventaseke on a shot, this one just wide there from Vates. Now Scanlon on over. Gentler getting a piece of it. Ventaseke, I think it poked away from him. Now McFadden tied up in the corner. Scanlon back on to the blue line for Dom Foose. Ventaseke looking for a shot, and Gerard able to make a save while getting screened. Not an easy one to make, and Ventaseke pops one into the back of the net here. Brahmas going up 2-0. As Dan Wildfog's change of personnel on the power play paying dividends. Christian Ventaseke getting the power play goal there. As Denver Dom Foose with an assist. A secondary assist by Tyson Scanlon. Miller got a piece of it on the faceoff after getting us back underway following the power play goal for the Brahmas. Now the Brahmas looking for more here. Puck into the corner. Beer's trying to tie his man up. Hedquist, a loose puck. Not going to weave his way through as it's stolen away. A 3-on-1 and they score again. Wranglers break down inside their own zone. As Vladimir Sable buries one, top ends. Vincent Geller with an assist there. No secondary assist will be on the cards. 4:22 remaining in the second period. Tarasenko with it. On over for a work. Dillon trying to feed it into the zone. This one out of reach of O'Rourke's glove. A foot race is on here. Icing waved away. Tarasenko to loose puck. Narasega looking for the zone entry. He's in. Looking for a pass on over, and he is hit up hard in the boards. But he's back up on his feet. Now a cross ice pass on over from the Wings. They had a man down low in the slot. Brahmas, they're hungry for more here. On this one, ricocheting off Tarasenko skates. This could be calamitous for the Wranglers, but it's going to fall on the doorstep of Charles-Antoine Girard. And we will get a media timeout here really quickly as we'll step away for a moment. But when we come back, the remaining 8:37 of the second period. Oh, welcome on back from the media timeout here, folks. Lone Star Brahmas recently extending their 1-0 lead to a 3-0 lead, courtesy of a power play goal by Christian Ventusinke. And then a clean 5-on-5 goal from Vladimir Sable moments later. Lexel with it, wrapping it around the boards. Puck behind the net of Girard. Well, looks like it's caught in the netting itself. Now Smith with it in the corner. Puck kicked back down low. On the Wranglers having a hard time getting out of their own zone here as they cough this one up yet again. Pass on over. Well, and a big stick in there from Daniel Rusega. Otherwise, that could have been a goal. Now offsides go the Wranglers in the process. Often continuing to go their way. Got a neutral zone face off here right on the doorstep of the Brahma zone. Lupo trying to stay with it. Brahmas finding Scanlon as he feeds it into the corner. Edquist working Gever. As now this one pitched down into the corner, icing waved away. Fort in pursuit, looking to lay a hit. Pressures his man off of it. Lupo looking to stay with it, but the Brahmas. And Oliver looking for that zone entry, but Sukulis there to the rescue. Banked onto the boards as Lupo has it stolen away. A lot of back and forth here. Now Vates trying to make it front of the wings as he's denied by Ogle. Puck toss in the zone. Sukulis trying to reach into the cookie jar and steal it away from Scanlon. Sukulis looking to stay with Scanlon. And this one just high. Now Nazardine feeding it down low into the corner. Lupo getting a piece of it. The Brahmas staying with it. Now pass on back to Sioux. So they've got to leave the zone here now. Sioux into the zone. Wranglers were going for a change. Maybe not the time for it. A shot. Cannoned up high. Well, Wranglers got a big break there. That could have been a disaster for them. Jetler looking for Miller on the wings. Puck. Well, they're going to say it's stayed in play. It looks like it went into the bench for a second. Gentler tossing it behind the net of Rempel. Rempel handing it on off for O'Keefe. Puck up onto the board, scooped up by Nazardine. Down low into the corner, around the boards it goes as Tarasenko's looking for options. Jetler and Miller trying to send this one in the zone. Eventually find it, but Damphus and the Brahmas kickstarting something the other way, and a shot off the bar and out. Brahmas almost finding their fourth of the evening. O'Rourke to it. Brahmas swiftly back with it. Isaacson. And the Brahmas now into the zone yet again. As it's stolen away. But Capano right back with it. Now Dillon with two in front of him. Trying to send it on to the backboards. Wranglers looking to go for a change here now. Estenev trying to chop away to get a piece of it. This one out of reach for Scanlon. Girard going to just go ahead and scoop it on up. As we'll get a face-off inside the Wranglers zone with 4:49 left in the second period. Oliver holding the line. Puck banking off the glass. Down low into the corner it goes as Smith looking for some kind of support. Just trying to get back defensively, scanning that over for Vates. Vates tripping up a little bit, not enough to draw the whistle out of Williams, the head official. Scanlon, bullied off of it by Poe. Azadi feeding it out over to Haggerty. Haggerty running out of real estate. As Sue looking to go quickly. He's got a man alone on the wings. Ventusinke feeding it down low, but Hedquist and the Wranglers looking for something here. It's Haggerty into the zone. Feeds it down low, but he's looking to go for a change. Sue back with it, taking a hit hard into the boards here. Brahma's into the zone here now. Wranglers looking for a break the other way, but Sue immediately sending it on up ice. Sable handing it on off for Alver. Alver on over to Nazardine. Nazardine and a shot redirected. Geller was looking to tap this one home for the fourth of the night for the Brahmas, but it's kept up by Charles Antoine Girard with 3:15 left in the second period. Wranglers finding themselves down 3-0. There's no sound on NAHL TV. What? Like, Well, usually, if you're watching it on the TV app, sometimes you might need to refresh it because we've got a Slack chat with the Hockey Tech people that, and a huge toe save there from Girard. Yeah, sometimes it's a browser issue if you're watching it on via laptop or phone or something like that. And sometimes you need to refresh the Smart TV app because otherwise the Hockey Tech folks that are in charge of all the tech stuff for NAHL TV, if they said there's no audio, they would usually be messaging us in Slack. I do have a few other people tuning in that I know of personally watching the game on NAHL TV. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let us know. Well, that is quite interesting. If we have no sound. Well, we're going to venture on forward. Brahma's into the zone on over Cabano. Looking for a pass down low, held onto by Girard. .2:12 left in the second period here. Dolan looking to stay with it. Vates on back for Alver. O'Rourke. Now Sukulis to it, looking for a pass on back. Here's Estenev with it, taken down. Fans wanting a call. They're not going to get one. They're irate. Sukulis staying with it. Estenev over Dolan, looking for a shot. It's cut out. It's pandemonium here at the bullpen. Now Scanlon, running out of real estate, finds a pass on back to Sable. Feeds it over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe down low, wrapping around behind the net. This one through traffic. Brahmas looking for a shot. Geller. And this one now tossed aside by the Wranglers. And icing waved away here now. Nazardine. Oh, we got a broken twig. And this one set wide. Sable. Wrapped up, taken down. Smith. Sending it up ice. 45 seconds left in the second period. This one's out of reach, and icing going to get called here now. Have a face-off inside of the Wrangler zone here now. Rourke looking for Fortin deep. This one kicked away and tossed back into the Wrangler zone. Tavares through the wings, tied up onto the boards. And this one out of reach for Lupo. 10 seconds left in the second period. Tavares, shot from distance onto Girardes. He's going to hang on to this one. .3 seconds left in the second period here. Be gentler and Sable on the draw. Time expiring and they score with 1.3 seconds left. Number 7, Tyson Scanlon popping the bottle. Brahmas with a 1-second dagger. As it's now a 4-0 lead. And time's gonna expire here on the second period. Wranglers going down 4-0 after 2 periods of play. And we'll take a quick break before we come back with a recap of the second period and take a look at scores around the league. right, well, apologies there. We just had some quick tech things we were wrapping up there. As we got 5 minutes and 10 seconds left until the start of the third period. Wranglers currently down 4-0. They gave up a goal with 1.3 seconds left in the period. And that did not make their life any easier coming into this third period. Well, for those of you who do remember last week's Saturday game down in Corpus, boys found themselves down 4-1 to the Ice Rays. They made it a 1-goal game. Obviously, that one ended up slipping away from them. But as they say in hockey, it is not over till it's over. You never know what can happen. You could get a flurry of power plays going your way. You could get a couple bounces going your way. I mean, really, the Wranglers just need to come out and showcase that play that they did in the first period. They looked like a really strong, cohesive unit during that first period of play, and then it just kind of felt like that second period of play just slowly over time just kind of got away from them, and slowly they were withered down by the Brahmas after they got that second goal, and from there, obviously, kind of the floodgates open in just a little bit. 27 shots on net so far for the Brahmas, 13 for the Wranglers. Well, let's take a look at scores around the league after we recap the scoring of the second period. 3 goals that period for the Brahmas. First one scored by Christian Ventasinke on the power play, assist by Denver Domfus, and a secondary assist for Tyson Scanlon. And then Vladimir Sable seconds later with a goal scored, putting them up 3-0, assisted by Vincent Geller and Tyson Scanlon. And then Tyson Scanlon with 1 second left in the period, putting the Brahmas up 4-0. Currently, Tyson Scanlon with a goal and 2 assists to his name. As he is looking to make a statement for himself this week and a case for one of the 3 stars of the week in the South Division. Well, in 2 periods of play, if you got a goal and 2 assists, that's not a bad start to your Friday for the number 7. Well, the lights have been turned back on here at the Budweiser bullpen as we get ready to get underway for the decisive third period. Do the Wranglers have it in the cards to mount a comeback, or is it already out of reach of a 4-goal deficit? Well, let's take a look at those scores around the league now. We'll start with the South Division, as that is where we are located. Currently, the Mudbugs still tied up 1-1 with the Ice Rays. 9:40 left in the third period of that one. That one could be going to overtime and a potential shootout in the process. Well, after 2 periods of play, though, Odessa Jackalopes up 2-1 over the New Mexico Ice Wolves, despite the Ice Wolves having the lead in shots on goal. They trail by 1 still. Full period of play left in that one for a potential comeback for the Ice Wolves. Oklahoma Warriors currently up 2-1. It's Kyle Sorensen's world over in OKC as he's got the 2 goals, as they lead the Rhinos by a single goal. 17:52 left in the second period. Plenty of time in that one, as both those teams trying to make their way up the South Division standings that are jam-packed. Well, some other scores around the league. Wendigo up 2-1 over the Junior Blues after 2 periods of play. 49 seconds left in the second period. Minot Minnesota's up 5-2 over the Mallards. North Iowa Bulls and Aberdeen Wings still locked in at 2 apiece after 2 periods of play. Bobcats up 3-0 with 8:27 left in the third period over the Norsemen. Wilderness up 4-2 with 4:07 left in the third period over the Chippewa Steel. Maynard Deeks capping off a 4-1 win over the New Jersey Titans, and the Rochester Junior Americans getting a big 6-2 win over the Maryland Black Bears on the road. New Hampshire Mountain Kings with a 5-0 win over the Elmira Aviators earlier, and the Philadelphia Rebels with a 7-1 win over the Northeast Generals. Well, we're ready to get back out onto the ice here at the Budweiser bullpen. Wranglers down currently 4-0 to the Lone Star Brahmas. They're looking to come back into this one. It's going to take a full team effort. It's going to have to start with a quick goal, though. More time ticks by in this one. The margin that you are working with starts to evaporate as Ogle looking to reset the Wranglers from his own zone. As icing waved away. Azadi looking to get to it. Sending it down low onto the boards. Haggerty trying to get a piece of it in the process as well. Oliver and the Brahmas out of their own zone here now as they toss it into the corner. Ogle looking to shield this one from Geller. As it's hanging around inside the zone to late offsides. Now waved away here. As this one gobbled on up by Rempel. And a couple shoves between Wranglers and the Brahmas right next to the net of Rempel's. Face-off won by the Brahmas. Capano on that one. Albior's in the corner. On back for Popo, and a redirect attempt there from Gentler, kept up by the pads of Rempel. Now Gentler tossing it around the boards. So this one exit the zone. Poe having to help out Smith. Smith laying a body on Isaacson, and icing going to get called here now on the Wranglers. Smith not happy with that. Well, and the Wranglers have had the majority of the faceoffs inside their own zone, and we talked about the danger of that as well. And it came back to bite them as Tyson Scanlon scored a goal rapidly off of a faceoff win for the Brahmas. And that one coming with 1.3 seconds left in the second period. Now Captain Jacob Miller looking to give the Wranglers a pathway for a comeback. That one kept up by Rempel, scooped up. Hedquist looking for a shot from range. This one blocked. Nobody able to get to it just quite yet. Now here a shot. This one up high into the mesh netting and out of play as we'll get a face-off inside of the Brahmas zone here now. Well, penalties have not helped this Wranglers side either. They have not had a single power play to their name tonight. Now Dom Foose looking for Vates. It's scooped up by Sue. And a pass on over. Scanlon has it poked away by O'Rourke. Now Vates sending it back down low. Brahmas staying with it. And Vates looking to keep it going while going down. Dom Foose sending this one around behind the net of Gerard. Scooped up by Vates as he banks it down back into the opposite corner. A little bit of a scrum going here. Vates first to the puck, has it poked away by Smith. But Scanlon there to lose puck now as he goes down low into the corner. It's a small change as Vates makes way for Capano. Puck up and out of play, and look out. And a souvenir for a fan here tonight. Face off inside. Well, I can assume this is about a red screen. I was just informed there's a red screen. Apologies there. Got some tech things going on. And as we mentioned earlier, we had some tech issues with the camera. It appears the camera tech issues continue to plague us here tonight. 16:25 left in the third period. Apologies for that brief moment of silence as we're just checking on and making sure everything is okay, making sure that people aren't touching things they should not be touching. Now Sable looking for a shot just high there from the number 15 of the Brahmas. $16:08 left in the third period. Like we talked about, Wranglers, they've got to start finding the back in the net here if they want to mount a comeback. Two bodies tied up in the face-off circles. They're back up on their feet now. Wranglers pitching this one in the corner. Jetler in pursuit. Viors looking to tie his man up. Puck from the blue line, tossed in the corner on the pads of Rempel. O'Keefe was looking for Sable. It's out of reach, but Sable staying with it. Now Viors. Some give and go here. This puck tossed into the zone now. Wranglers could get that change that they were looking for. Tavares tossing it down low into the corner. Gerard out of his crease. Now Tavares back with it, looking for a zone entry. As he's in on and tosses on over to McFadden. Tavares back down low for McFadden. McFadden looking for a man. Brahmas, they are smelling that fifth goal. They want it. The Wranglers trying to keep them out of their own zone, but they're having a hard time here yet again as it's tossed down low into the corner. Oliver. Feed on over to Sue. Oliver back with it. Brahmas into the zone. McFadden taking a big hit in the face-off circle. He's looking to shake it off and get back up. Wranglers, they want to take advantage of this. On over for Haggerty as he's got to go behind net. Puck just hanging there. Zadi trying to get to it. Vates sending it into the corner. Gerard having to leave that one. O'Rourke losing his twig. Now puck behind net, a wraparound attempt denied by Gerard. Sable. This one kicked out into the corner by Vates. Icing going to get called here now. Looks like we got a broken twig on the ice as well. 13:48 remaining in the third period here. Brahmas up 4-0 over the Wranglers. 27 shots on net for the Brahmas, 15 for the Wranglers. Be Scanlon on the draw with Estenev across from him. Brahmas controlling this one as they send it on over to Sable in the corner. Sable sending this one into the zone. Now Dill into it. Looking for Petrov, has it cut out. Lexel into the zone. Puck behind the net of Gerard, scooped up. Brahmas have it pilfered away now. Adquist resetting it on over to Poe. Looking for options on the wing for Dillon. Now Brahmas. And a 2-on-5 as they get their change, keeping it down low. Well, getting that change. They're looking to establish this forecheck here now. Now it's just Jetler by himself in the corner. He's looking to stay with it. Sue looking to tie him up. Gentler trying to break free. For some reason, Siri is thinking we're talking to them when we were mentioning Sue. That is not what we're talking about. Geller. Feeding it down low. Well, a penalty coming up on the Wranglers. And the Wranglers having to go on the penalty kill. Time starting to dwindle here, and they will not be able to get back to 5-on-5 until 10:26 if they are able to kill this one off. Well, Landon Poe gonna get called for head contact. 2-minute minor as he watches on, hoping that Wranglers can kill this one off. Dom Foose with it at the blue line, looking for options. Floats up. Now Scanlon with it. He's got a goal and 2 assists here tonight. A little bit of give and go and a big save there from Gerard as Vincent Cinque was looking for another goal for the Brahmas, trying to make it a 5-0 game. Well, it's a new unit of 4 out there for head coach Michael Hill. And this one, falling all the way down to Rempel. Fortin turning on the afterburners, trying to pressure. Lexel with it. Now, Wranglers tossing all the way back. They're able to get that change. Azadi out there now for Sega, O'Rourke, and Hedquist. Nazarene tossing it on back. Now Isaacson looking for some give and go. A bit of a scrum here inside the Wranglers zone. Wranglers more than content with this. They're burning time on Landon Poe's penalty. 45 seconds left of the power play for the Brahmas. This one launched all the way back down to Rempel. Scoops it up on his paddle. Left off for Nazardine. Nazardine tosses it on back, and now Sable with it into the zone. Vates back for Dom Foose. The Brahmas fought about the one-timer there. Dom Foose back with it at the blue line. Now Dom Foose feeding it down low as he's back with it yet again. Some puck movement, and they score. Number 77, Jackson Vates, popping the water bottle in the process, putting the Brahmas up 5-0. Well, Jackson Vates with 2 goals here tonight for the Lone Star Brahmas. As him and Tyson Scanlon putting on multi-point nights. Now Gentler with it. Finding Biors. Scanlon to the loose puck. Tossing it down ice. Smith. First to the loose puck inside of his own zone. 9:52 left in the third period. Cross ice feed down over to Miller. Miller having to simmer this one down as it arrived quickly onto his skates. Puck into the corner. Gentler to it. Fed on back, a shot from distance cut out in traffic. Now tossed down low into the corner. It looks like Capano is trying to get on back. He's tied up there right near the bench of the Wranglers. Now Capano back with it. As he goes down hard. Oh, he was holding his head. Hopefully he's okay. They're telling him to play on, but Capano is struggling to get up. Well, like we talked about, you never want to see anyone getting injured. Hopefully Capano is okay. Brahmas looking to use Capano's pain as some form of energy now as they're looking to stay proactive inside the Wranglers zone. Alexander resetting it on over to Sue. Looking for Lexel, sends it in for Vates. Vates. It's behind the net, Scanlon to it. Well, and Vates hits it out hard. Viogo as well. Fans loving this. Now Bollinger pilfers it away. Bollinger trying to find something. He's looking for some help as he takes a hard hit into the boards. It's getting physical here now. Well, the gloves have been dropped. Vates, here we go. Oh, well, they're just going to go ahead and stop. Well, a fight started to form, but it's going to stop in the process as well. Now we got immediate time. Wow, there's just about everything going on. Oh, and here we go. Somebody's taken down in the crease. Mason Lupo wants to have a go at Scanlon. It's breaking out. Buckets are getting tossed off. Well, Hayden Hedquist just absolutely leveled somebody. And Landon Poe chirping with Ventusinque. Well, looks like Sable is down hard on the ice. His bucket went flying with him. Oh, they're going to separate Poe and Ventusinque finally. There has been quite a few Brahmas needing medical attention here tonight as the laundry list continues. Oh, we're going to just go ahead and take a brief minute here. So we've got a timeout for a injury here. 7:58 left in the third period. Head coach Dan Wildfung railing his team. As head coach Wildfung's side currently leads 5-0 over the Wranglers. Well, they have not put anything in for penalty against Hayden Hedquist. Well, We do not know if we'll get offsetting penalties or if it's just going to be another power play, and it looks like it is another power play for the Lone Star Brahmas. Well, penalties just have been detrimental to the Wranglers here tonight. Already get back underway, roughing the call on Hayden Hedquist. We were mainly waiting to see if we would get a 2 or a potential 4-minute penalty at that. And a loose puck down low. Vates looking for a shot, capped out by Gerard. Well, twigs are going flying every which way. There's 2 loose ones. Now a shot, this one. Gloved up out of the air by Gerard. Oh, Williams having a conversation with his linesman here. Looks like they're going to change the location of the faceoff inside the Wrangler zone here. Minute and 38 seconds left of a power play for the Brahmas. Isaacson on the draw with Azadi across from him. Isaacson winning this one, but Wranglers losing the puck as they were trying to clear it up and out. Cabano shot and a huge save there from Gerard on the paddle. Puck up and out of plays. We'll get a face-off yet again on the blocker side of Charles-Antoine Gerard. Be Isaacson with Azadi across from him. 1:29 remaining of a power play for the Brahmas as they lead 5-0 here. Rempel gonna leave this one. Scanlon to it. Well, Vates is currently sitting on 2 goals. He's 1 away from a hat trick. And so 1 goal and 2 assist performance currently from Tyson Scanlon. And Gerard gonna hang on to this one and gobble it up. Well, and after that last goal, they finally got the assistant Vincent Geller in Denver. Dom Foose currently on a multi-point night as well, joining Vates and Scanlon. 7:06 left in the third period here. 68 seconds remaining of the power play for the Brahmas. Wranglers trying to send this one up and out. Tom Foose keeping it in the zone. He's feeling some pressure here now. It's just out of reach for Rasega. Icing waved away. Of course, Nicholas Rempel not going to take any chances. He'll just hang on to this one. And we're going to face off inside of the Lone Star Brahmas zone here now. Bollinger with Vates across from him. Bollinger getting a piece of it, but now Dom Foose with options. Gerard out of his crease. As it's scooped up on Tavares, fed on back to the blue line. Banked out of the boards, Dom Foose. Looking for a pass down low, cut out, and ripped down ice. And Bollinger with a good clearance there. Oliver. Back with it, looking for a shot. A huge save from Gerard. Now O'Keefe feeding it down low. Tavares. Pass on over. Back. Vates with a shot. This one blocked in traffic. Sent just wide there from Tavares. O'Keefe with it at the blue line. Feeding it down low. Wranglers. They kill this one off. And they've got the puck. Rasega ripping it around the boards. Rempel cutting it out with his paddle in the process. Rasega Trying to feed it back behind the net for Azadi. 5:42 remaining in the third period. Vendasinke with it as he looks for options, surveying the land. He's going to just stay with it for now. He's into the zone, has it cut out as even Ogle spins him around. Well, keep your eyes on Ogle and Vendasinke. Oh, and a huge hit. Daniel Rasega as he is mobbed by two, but here comes Captain Jacob Miller. We got to roll, everybody. Welcome to the South Division. Oh, and the Wranglers are not happy. It looks like one of their sticks was stomped on by a skate. We got a bucket getting tossed in the process as well. I can tell you right now, there is either going to be like one or two penalties or potentially a whole slew of them. Well, and Jacob Miller is trying to plead his case with the officiating crew. So far, it's just one aside. In the box as Alexander finds himself in the box, along with Daniel Rasega. Well, there's another one going for the Lone Star Brahmas. Well, they're going to have to take their time assessing this one. 5:14 left in the third period. Wranglers could be going on a power play. Well, good time for us to take a look at some scores around the league. There were some close games earlier. Let's see what those ones have resulted in. Well, the Wilderness did oversee a 4-2 win over the Chippewa Steel, as the Watertown Shamrocks get a 3-2 win at home over the Austin Bruins. Bismarck Bobcats with a 3-0 win over the St. Cloud Norsemen. Corpus Christi Ice Rays with a 4-1 win at home over the Mudbugs. North Iowa Bulls currently leading on the road in Aberdeen 3-2. There is 3:16 left. Well, it looks like Daniel Rasega's night is done. Odessa Jackalopes up 3-2 over the New Mexico Ice Wolves. 9:08 left in that one. And they're also tossing, looks like Sables, who they tossed, barely caught the number on that one. Well, there's two in the box for the Brahmas, no one in the box for the Wranglers. Well, we're trying to see if we got the penalties tossed in there yet. Still to no avail as we continue to wait for some more housekeeping. Well, back to scores around the league. Wisconsin Windigo up 3-1 over the Springfield Junior Blues. 2:12 left in that one. Mallards up the Minot Minotaurs up on the Minnesota Mallards 5-3. 13:05 left in the third period of that one. El Paso Rhinos mounting a comeback as they now lead 3-2 over the Oklahoma Warriors. 2:47 left in the second period. Well, again, the two games in Alaska set to start at 7:30 p.m. Alaska time. Fairbanks Ice Dogs hosting the Janesville Jets. Kenai River Brown Bears host the Anchorage Wolverines. Well, looks like we got another one heading off. Here's McFadden as his night come to a close as well. Well, with 5:14 left in the third period, this is just elongated this game here tonight. Well, Daniel Rusega given a 2-minute minor for boarding. That is the only one that is currently in the system. Well, you have to wonder what's going through the goalies' heads right now. Rempel sharpening his crease, and Gerard gonna go ahead and have a quick kneel in his crease. You have to wonder if the two were looking at each other. It looked like for a second, Gerard maybe thought about just skating all the way down to Rempel and potentially laying a haymaker of his own, joining in the party. Oh, one of the linesmen talking to Gerard. Who knows? Maybe he's asking him if he wanted to go fight Rempel. You never know. Well, Daniel Rusega was given a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike, a 2-minute roughing. Well, it looks like Daniel Rusega got a double minor that's going to get served by Igor Petrov. We're still waiting for the rest of the penalties to come in. So Rusega had a double minor. Well, it looks like Wranglers are still going to end up on the penalty kill. They are not catching any breaks here tonight. Well, Eric Alexander with an unsportsmanlike for 2 minutes. Well, Wranglers going on the penalty kill for another 2 minutes here. Feels like we've said that exact sentence quite a lot here tonight. It's now Dom Foose from the blue line. And a big block there by Lupo. Dom Foose back with it at the blue line, looking for a shot. Scooped up. As now Lupo into the zone. He's looking for support. But he's just going to toss it down low. Fortin trying to cut it out. 4:42 remaining in the third period. Brahma's just playing chicken with the Wranglers. As they're more than content with burning clock. They are not in any hurry to score any more goals as they lead 5-0. Scanlon leaving it off for Sue. Sue. Into the zone. Now Scanlon tossing it behind. And this one ripped all the way back on down to Rempel. Sue scooping it up. Picks out a pass to Lexel as Lexel feeds it on in, down low. Lexel back with it as he's got it stolen away. Now Bollinger into the zone. Bollinger looking for a shot this one. Falling through the crease and into the corner. As Isaacson. Pass on into the zone. Now toss on back to Lexel. Sue looking for options, feeding it down low. Now Scanlon, top of the phase-low circle. Now Sue back with it as it's whacked away. Rempel having to get to it. Fortin trying to cut it out. And Amarillo Wranglers killing off this penalty as Poe feeds it to Smith. 3:02 left in the third period. A shot here. Rempel keeping this one at bay. Loose puck scooped up and tossed almost in the zone. Sue cutting out at the blue line. Now Gentler with it. On over to Hagerty. Hagerty in the corner. Sokol finds Tsoukalas. Wranglers sending it in for Azadi. Now scooped on up by Tavares. Brahmas looking to go for a change with 2:12 left in the third period here as they lead 5-0. Puck into the corner. Hasnev looking to cut it out. And now Oliver finning it down low into the corner. And we're going to get a whistle here. Well, looks like I thought we were going to be getting a penalty here. Not sure what they're calling. Maybe just an offsides. It appears it will be. Well, they are going to get a penalty. Well, maybe not. Well, looks like it might be a penalty on the Wranglers. Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, I think anyone could have guessed that. It's been a game the entire time where the Wranglers have not gone on the power play one time as Igor Petrov sits in the box. A bench minor is the cause. The Wranglers will potentially finish this one out shorthanded as they go on the penalty kill. Damphousse with it, looking for a shot. This one blocked. Oliver, more than happy just to hang on with this one here. Brahmas, 1:18 away from a win here tonight. Azadi, as Miller tosses this one all the way down ice. Laxell has it poked away by Haggerty. 55 seconds left in the third period. Bano looking for options. Tossing it down low as it'll work. And the Wranglers looking for a last-ditch effort here. Azadi's got it. Looking for a shot. Steered aside on the paddle by Rempel. Brahmas, they want to get Rempel that shutout here tonight. As they're just going to hang on to the puck. They want Rempel to get his shutout. Oh, Lupa and Fortin trying to disrupt that. Oh, with 3 seconds left in this one, it's going to come to a close. Nicholas Rempel keeping the Amarillo Wranglers at bay, shutting them out as he is excited about his shutout win here tonight. As the Lone Star Brahmas pick up a 5-0 win on the road in Amarillo. Well, we will recap the scoring here really quickly before we head on off for the night, before we come on back tomorrow. 7:14 p.m. the start time of tomorrow's game as the Wranglers host the Lone Star Brahmas again. First period, Jackson Vates getting the first goal for the Brahmas while being assisted by Dylan McFadden. Then Kristen Ventusinke with the second goal for the Brahmas. Denver Damphousse and Tyson Scanlon with the assist. Vladimir Sabo with the third goal for the Brahmas. Vincent Geller with an assist along with Tyson Scanlon. And then Tyson Scanlon with the fourth goal of the night for the Brahmas. And then Jackson Vates with his second goal of the night, making a 5-0 goal for the Brahmas as they finish this one off 5-0. Vincent Geller and Denver Damphousse with assists on that one as well. Well, Amarillo Wranglers looking to come back on out tomorrow night and see if they can turn this ship around. They are currently winless in the 2026 calendar year as they want to see their fortunes change. It was a great first period from this Wranglers side, but then that second period did not see that same kind of team that we saw in the first period that responded very well after giving up that first goal of the game. Kind of in that second period, floodgates opened up, 3 goals, putting this one out of reach for the Wranglers to be able to come back. Well, that will do it for us here tonight. Wishing everybody a great rest of your Friday, and we will see you back tomorrow for the second game of the series. Wranglers also playing at 6 p.m. on Sunday at home against the Odessa Jackals.